spooky friends. This is Colleen.
And this is Margaret.
And we're the Cousins Weird.
And we're together again.
We're together again. Neither of us have any kind of contagion.
No.
So we can be in the same room together.
Yay.
There's no... COVID has been running rampant. Rampant? Is that the word?
Kind of neutralized it, so it's not contagious at this point. But
and unfortunately, we were going to do a Halloween special interview today, but things got... My dad wasn't doing well today, and then the person we were interviewing wasn't feeling great. And in order to minimize Margaret and I getting sick, because, you know, we like to get sick, we decided it's best not to do that today. So we are going to reschedule that for another time. So we're going to come up with we're going to have a good Halloween special, but it won't be what we originally planned. And I don't want to tell you what that was.
Because it's
going to happen. It's just not happen on Halloween.
Right.
Okay? It's still a great thing. It's still exciting. Just can't happen today. And that's all right. It wasn't meant to be.
That's okay.
But we're on Terrible Trend 35.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty awesome.
Yep. It's exciting.
We're exactly 20 episodes apart. So our episode 55 of our main episodes released Monday. And this is episode 35 of our... So we're 20 episodes different.
You realize that this is episode 9. We've done over 90 episodes of this podcast, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Ruby says hi. Hi, sweet little Ruby.
Hi, Rubes. So...
Love you.
This Terrible Trend is a fashion trend. You know I like the fashion trends.
Oh, yes.
I love fashion trends. It's more ridiculous the better. You know? And I just love it. So this one takes us all the way back to 1340.
Wow.
That was a long time ago. In 1340, England saw the rise of Pauline or Crackow shoes.
Okay.
These were long, pointy shoes that men wore. They originated in Krakow, Poland, so the names come from where they came from. Mm-hmm. They originated, but they really became popular in the 1340s in England. Anyone that could afford shoes, because in 1340, not everyone had shoes.
No.
Which is a horrifying thought.
Sometimes they just tied leather onto their feet.
Strapped it on themselves and went. Yeah. They wanted to wear the Krakow. The Krakow was what you wanted. Not like Brian Krakow.
Oh,
unfortunately, no one wanted Brian Krakow because he was a nerd, but I thought he was cute.
We're dating ourselves with our My So-Called Life references.
That's okay. If you don't know what My So-Called Life is, do yourself a favor and go watch it.
It's amazing.
Best show ever, one season. Sad.
Yes.
Anyway, since the long tip shoes made it difficult to walk in, it became a sign of status because you couldn't be doing manual labor in long pointed toed shoes. So if you're walking around in those, you had to be a nobility. You had to have status. You had to have money. So it became a status symbol. And they were expensive. So if you had them, you had money.
Yes.
Many were made of leather, obviously. But some were made of really, like the people that were really rich, the really expensive ones were made of embroidered textiles like velvet or silk. And in the Museum of London, they actually have some of the most elaborate ones preserved. And they were preserved because of the saturated mud in the river Thames.
Thames.
The
Thames. Hi, departed souls paranormal.
Hi, departed souls.
It's been a while. It has.
Since Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Valentine's Day.
Good to kind of see you.
Yeah. So the river
Thames
preserved these because of the mud. Fascinating.
That's also where people would drown and they would resuscitate them with tobacco smoke enemas.
That's right.
Same river. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just don't know how to say words.
Okay.
Fashion trends, even when they're impractical, in this time period, tended to last for a long time. Right? Because the slow spread.
Right.
So they didn't have social media. I don't know if you know that, but in 1340 they didn't have cell phones and they didn't have Facebook and they didn't have the TikToks.
Social media was social. More social, less media.
Yeah. No media.
No
and
media.
sometimes like people in farms were way out there, so they may not see it for 20 years.
Think about it took the plague like 300 years to die out.
Yeah.
That's about how slow it was.
They would last
for news is about the
centuries.
same. Yes, centuries.
Fashion trends would last for centuries, even if they're impractical. And we've talked before about how fashion trends, even if people are dying, people are still like, no, I got to do that. That means I'm rich. That means I'm important. I will do this and I will die. And people are nuts about it.
It's like people doing eating Tide Pods on TikTok.
Yeah.
Thank
Thankfully,
God
that dies out.
That died out in a few years. So, yeah.
As with all fashion, especially when it comes with status of your class or whatever, it got more exaggerated. So if you're thinking about all the hairstyles, I've talked about how they start out a little bit and then they get so big that they can't fit through doors. And the dresses, you talked about the crinoline dresses got bigger and bigger and bigger. The same thing happened to the pointy shows, crackows. So the points got longer and longer until they reached 24 inches past the toe.
That's 2 feet. That's 2 feet.
No, that's
24 inches is 2 feet. 2 feet past your foot.
past your foot.
Past your foot.
That's 3 times longer than a man's average foot. An average man's foot.
Okay, so if your foot is this long, and you do that 2 more times.
So that's 3 feet long.
This big.
Yes. Yes. And
Ridiculous.
this is maybe where
Ridiculous.
Ruby might want to
Cover the ears.
cover the ears. It gets a little more of why they were so popular. So the tips of the toes were called the lepipe or the leer up, which is point of leather, and men were obsessed.
So I can guess.
Let's think about men and their obsessions about themselves and where that goes. To keep the point erect, yes, I'm using a play on words, they would stuff them with moss or hair, wool, or even whalebone to keep it nice and stiff, okay? They believed the longer the crackow, the more masculine the wearer. Some of these extensions, these points, were so heavy, they had to use chains to support them attached to their knees. So they would wrap like a garter thing around their leg that had a chain to hold the toe up so they could walk. Like, so ridiculous, right?
It's like a marionette. Oh my God.
They became very much a phallic-like symbol.
Oh God.
So some would even paint them a flesh-like color. So they would make them fleshy in color so that when they're walking around, it really tip you off that this is what I got going on, you know? And they would even attach small folly bells to the leer up, the point, to really get the attention of people, so they're jingling. And that was to let others know that they were up for a romp. So they got bells on their toes.
Wasn't there a song about a dingling?
Yeah, there is a jingling. My dingling, my dingling.
What you playing with
my dingling? Yes. You know who taught me that? Judy and Tammy.
Oh.
They taught me that song.
I heard that in high school.
Really?
I think first time I heard that was at summer camp. That tells you something.
Oh. Yeah. So they put bells on the tips of their crackows to jingling, and they let people know that I got this going on, and I'm ready to romp.
Ew.
Get my drift as I'm winking.
Ew.
Another reason they were... another reason why they were considered a sex appeal was that they were very low cut, and they showed off the colored hose at the noble's ankle.
Oh goodness!
At this time,
risque shoes.
Risque shoes.
Showing off your hose, your colored hose at your ankle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Tunics at this time were starting to get shorter and shorter.
Oh, we know what came after that.
Yeah,
the cod piece.
They got rid of the shoe and took down the cod piece.
They took the shoe and put it on the crotch,
yes.
basically. Same thing, different place.
Tunics were shorter and shorter, and men were showing a lot of leg right down to the ankle.
Wow.
Risque. So...
right down to the ankle. The thought of men prancing around in hose just makes me, giggle.
It's hysterical.
Sounds fun.
It was really becoming rather ridiculous, obviously, because they were walking around these 2 feet long, or 3 feet long shoes, technically.
How could they hook it to their knees if they didn't have anything on their knees? They're just a garter?
A garter. They gartered with a chain on it.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Wow. It
got ridiculous to the point that the church started going, okay, these people are perverts. The government's like, okay, this isn't a fashion trend. This is to like peacock yourself around. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
showing
I'm
things
ready.
off.
I'm Randy.
Yeah.
I'm ready for business.
So the church wasn't happy about this. Clergy discouraged them wearing them to church, and they started to say, well, you can't kneel and pray in these long shoes, so you can't wear them to church. It can't happen. Finally, in 1463, King Edward...
Wrong.
No.
I'm not wrong.
In 1463, King Edward IV of England put into place with the Parliament the sumptuary law. The Parliament equated wearing shoes in public as a form of indecency, which I can see why. They put limits
Wearing
on...
shoes was indecent. Or these shoes.
No, those shoes.
Okay.
Those long, pointy, flesh-colored shoes that they were putting bells on, obscene. No more. They wanted no more of it. So they also put... So in this law, they put in other racy fashion trends, and I'm going to read the law. No person under the estate of lord, including knights, esquires, and gentlemen, to wear any gown, jacket, or coat which does not cover the genitals and buttocks. It's like it's like our work thing saying you can't wear leggings if you don't cover your bits.
hoo-hoo, yeah. Your bits.
They also said not to wear any shoes or boots that pikes longer than 2 inches. So they put a 2-inch limit on the toes of the shoes. No tailor to make such short garment or stuffed doublet, and no shoemaker to make such pikes. That was the 1963 law, as it read. So no skimpy short tunics that didn't cover your twigs and berries and your bum, and no pointy shoes. The only other city known to have taken on the kind of same standards and law, particularly to the shoes, which they were all over Europe. It wasn't just England. I just kind of focused on the English one. In Paris, the same thing happened. They end up having to ban them in Paris, too, because they were just out of control. Out of control with the long shoes.
Can't have that. It's indecent showing your ankles and wearing pointy shoes that are really long.
Right. They still were kind of happening, and I think more common people started getting the trend because it trickled down.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until 1475 that they kind of vanished.
They didn't vanish. They moved up to the crotch is what they did.
Yes. But under Henry VIII, men started wearing wide box-toed shoes. So they started wearing the more squared-off shoe then. And the codpieces.
The codpieces where the shoe went.
But, again, the government ended up having to step in and restrict the width of these shoes. So I don't know how wide those went. I didn't really get into that. But I was like, what? We have all these laws about shoes. Like, what is going on?
Nowadays, I mean, people do wear some pretty high heels, but I don't want shoes that make me trip more than I already trip.
No, I don't need any help with that.
I trip wearing no shoes. So I don't need my shoes to cause me to trip. I need no help there. So give me shoes that fit my feet.
Exactly. This is a kind of funny story. It says that knights even were wearing the crackow made of armor. So they had these long...
Can you imagine how they could stab
First of all, walking around in metal.
But a pointy piece of metal, you could kick someone and kill them.
Right. And at the Battle of Necropolis in 1396, the French contingent had to cut off their crackows or paulanes in order to be able to make a quick retreat. And they found the tips of them.
Oh my God. Behind. That's so funny.
Right. So they were getting attacked and they had to leave quickly, so they were cutting off I don't know how they cut them off, but they cut them off and they took off running because you can't run in long pointy shoes.
Why wouldn't they just take everything off?
I don't know.
You can't run in armor anyway.
They did it. So, that's the story of the crackow and how ridiculous it was and how somehow men used it as a form of, when people buy a big truck.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean?
Big red truck.
Yeah.
At least it's not flesh colored. So.
And they say you're trying to make up for something. Mm-hmm. But really, I just think you're trying to, be boastful and, I'm a man. I'm a man.
I got lots of money. I can afford all this gas.
Yes, and I got lots of money. I can afford all this shoe. So it seems like the fashion of status is always ridiculous. And if you think about expensive fashion now, tends to be a little more bizarre. Like the runway fashions that are ridiculous, are things that you would never wear.
It's called couture, Colleen.
Yes.
Haute couture.
But they're not practical things that people like you and I who work
like
could wear to
I
work.
can't wear a dress covered with feathers to work. It just doesn't work out.
Or like things that have high shoulders up to here, and like there's
or that are cut down below the navel.
Yeah,
I can't wear that out.
It's just I can afford this, and I can't be doing a regular job. I have to be someone of importance to wear it because other people would be able to.
Entirely out of tinfoil or a garbage bag, because that's happened too.
Yeah, or Lady Gaga had her meat dress.
Yeah. Oh.
She was making a statement, though.
Yeah, that was gross.
I didn't like that. That was
okay.
gross.
Departed Soul says we are free after the first of the year. If you want to do another episode, have been to some new places. Ooh, sounds
that would
fun.
be fun. Yeah,
love that.
We would love to do that. We'll do another, and maybe this time you'll come on and talk.
Yes, you'll do like an interview.
We could do a live interview. That'd be fun.
That would be really fun.
So Krakow. So this is the last episode you're going to hear before Halloween. So I hope you have a fun pre-Halloween weekend because
hopefully we'll have an episode come out on Halloween.
Yeah,
that's our goal.
That's our goal.
But we're kind of last minute scrambling a little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be live.
Woo!
Yeah,
fun.
Sounds good to me.
I'm hoping to come up with something good, and maybe we can squeeze some time in between now and then to record it. And I have to, make sure you get all my stuff together for it.
Her shit together. She's to get her shit together. I need to get my shit together.
We just, in general, need to get our shit together. But
I was just showing Colleen my Google Calendar, and October's is stupid. There's like 4 days that don't have something written on them. And I look back at last month, and there was like 4 days that have stuff written on them. And then next month, I'm like, see, this is what I like. October is insane. I'm so like to the point where I don't know whether I'm coming or going, and I'm just done.
Yeah, it's October. It's my favorite month, but it's always
oh my god
something happening.
It's
then always some kind of sickness happening. It's always some kind of something.
I want
happening.
to enjoy the month, and there's so much stuff going on. I
actually though am super excited because Sunday morning I'm going to a Halloween drag brunch.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
So I paid the little extra to get the T-shirt. I'm so excited because
jealous.
So that's really exciting.
Well, I can't do it.
I know you can't.
I can't. There's too much going on. I got a wedding on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. I got a photo shoot Saturday.
That's amazing. My nephew and his wife are having their wedding ceremony Sunday, and it's like their invitations had skulls on them. It was amazing. I'm like,
awesome.
Oh my god, I love it, and I never would have thought it from them. Like they're spooky at heart, and it made me happy.
One time I did a Halloween wedding.
Departed Soul has back-to-back investigations this week, and that makes sense because it's spooky season. So
you got it.
The veil is thin.
The veil is thinning.
Lots of activity, probably.
We hope you have a fun Halloween weekend because I think everyone's probably having parties or going to something fun this weekend. So have fun, be safe, and be nice to each other.
Yes, please.
Whatever. But I think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not.
No, it's not. If you'd like to get in touch with us, feel free to reach out. Our email is thecousinsweird@gmail.com. You can send us a message through Facebook or Instagram, and we'd love to hear from you. Even if it's just a hi, listen to your podcast, we love it. If you hate it, hi Evie.
Hi Evie.
She's my spooky girl. She's my supposed to be born on Halloween, but came a little early. Her birthday was yesterday.
Spooky girl. I love it.
Yeah.
You should follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Did you say that? I can't remember. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and we share pictures. So I'll have pictures of the crackow you can see of all our episodes.
Anthony!
Hi, Anthony! He's going on a party on Saturday.
Woo!
Party it
technically,
up.
I'm going to a wedding, so that's going to be a big party, too.
I am just doing a photo shoot, but Rich and I are planning on doing something fun. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna, you want to follow us to see the pictures, and you can send us messages, like Margaret said, and our episodes share automatically onto Facebook, so that makes it easy for you to share them to your friends.
Like us and follow us.
I got the
Rate us. Give us a thumbs up, a rating. Give us 5 stars, or if you have to give us less, then please, do what you need to feel you need to do.
Do what you feel is good. For your heart.
Go on your favorite platform and give us a rating, follow us, subscribe.
I've had a lot of people, we've had a lot of people tell us lately that, like, oh, we really enjoyed listening to your podcast, I can't tell you how it warms my little spooky girl heart.
I know.
My black little heart.
It's not.
No, it's not.
If it's black, it's because she dyed it with dye.
Yeah. Because I like black.
Yeah.
But,
it would be purple.
It probably would be purple.
Yeah.
Actually, a friend told me, we were talking about people, so I'm I know this has nothing to do with anything, I keep it going and I keep talking, but Leslie Jordan died, and I have to
I know.
acknowledge that.
He was
and
a treasure.
Was okay. There's 3 people I look up to in this world, being lights of this world. But one was Betty White,
Dolly Parton, Leslie Jordan. I would add Mark Hamill onto that because I follow him on Instagram, and he is a fucking treasure.
For me, the top three people, those are the top 3, and all I got left is my Dolly Parton. I'm holding on tight. Very, very, very sad about Leslie Jordan leaving us. I'm super sad about it. And I was telling a friend of mine
shit.
Fellow Hunger Downers. I was telling a friend of mine and she didn't know who he was. And I was like, he's a freaking light. He was a freaking light in this world. He brought joy to my heart. He brought joy to everyone's heart. He's just amazing. And I told her to go find something of him. And she went and she likes Brandi Carlile too. Margaret and I love
them. Oh my God.
And she sent me a video of him singing with her, which I had seen before because I follow them both.
Yes.
And he was singing a song with her, and I'm like, do you see the look on her face? She's so thrilled to be singing. Like, he just was just one of those people, right, that made you happy to be around. Like, he was just a precious, precious person. And she was so happy, and she goes, wait till you hear the end. She says to him, you're a light of a human. And I was all misty at the end of it. I'm like, he was, like, such a light in this dark, ugly place sometimes. And she's like, well, where do you find these light people? I want one of those. I go, I'm a fucking ball of light. What are you talking about? She goes, no, you know what, for you, you're like a mystical purple orb. I'm like, ooh. I'll take that. I like that even better.
Totally a mystical
I like
purple. Yes, you're my personal mystical purple orb.
I like to be a purple orb.
I'm a big, blaring, glaring orange orb.
Margaret is a joyful orb. She is.
I try to be.
She's orange. Yeah,
I'm orange.
She's orange. Orange, or I was going to say green.
Orange or green, either one.
Orange or green.
I like them both.
But I think you hit it with orange, though. A big ball of orange that just kind of brings you in and gives you a hug.
Makes you blind.
You hug. You hug.
I do.
Margaret is the best hug, so.
I like to hug.
What's your color? What light are you putting out there? And if you're not putting one out there, maybe we need to reevaluate ourselves.
Yes, we need to be a light of something.
Be a light. Be like Leslie Jordan. Be a light for this world.
Even if
make
it's
it a better
purple
place.
orb.
It could be a purple mystical orb. You're lighting the way for people, and that's all that matters. You're bringing light. That's all that matters.
Yes.
Okay. That's just that's all I had to say about that. And if you want to support our podcast, you go to patreon.com/thecousinsweird. And for $1 a month, you become a freaky friend. Yeah. Freaky friend. And you get a free sticker and bonus episodes. And for $5 a month, you become a table trender and you get the same thing, but also ad-free episodes, a yearly gift, and a monthly chat with us and other Patreons. And we think you're awesome.
Oh, that would be nice, but I can't that weekend.
Oh, the 11th, I'm going to be gone.
I know. My middle girl's in her she's in an elementary school play, and I have to be there.
Oh, I have a Bruins game to go to. But we're going on the 12th, so is the 11th? She's doing it the 11th too?
Road trip, Michigan. How far away is Michigan?
I don't know, but I won't be here.
I won't be here either. I have to be with the kid.
Wait, does her play on Friday night too?
It's Friday night, Saturday night.
Okay, I can go Friday night then, because I want to go to it.
Yeah.
But that Saturday, Rich bought me tickets to go see the Bruins.
In Boston?
No, we're going to Buffalo because it's cheaper.
Just to look up Derby.
Yeah, I should, yeah.
Should.
Oh, anyway. That has nothing to do with anything. I don't know why I keep sharing my life right now when we're ending the podcast episode, but we just keep talking. So that's it.
All right. We love you all. Stay freaky.
Bye. Happy Halloween weekend.